and especially in stage 3 of the bill, schedule 3 of the bill, where it states about administrators. We were the ones that wanted it included in the Banking Royal Commission to deal with liquidators, administrators and receivers. The government did nothing about it. Here they're asking for administrators to be put in. Not good enough. And I just feel that it's not fair on the Australian people. This is a warning shot across the bows of the unions and the government, meaning that I'm telling the unions, get your act together, clean it up, and don't use your bullying or corruption. And it's also a warning to the government. Clean up the white-collar crime, go after the banking officials, and prove to the people of Australia that you're here for everyone.
And just this week, we've been exposing yet again. If it started a couple of months ago, BHP has been exploiting black coal miners in the Hunter Valley. Now, the union has condoned that, turned a blind eye to it, but the fact is that BHP has been exploiting hundreds of Australian coal workers. And that's just not acceptable.
Were you offered anything by Australia?
When did you make the final decision that you were going to vote against this legislation?
It's basically come down to this last week. Still negotiations were going on this week, and we're talking to different... sorry, I take that back. It's not about negotiations. We were talking to the unions and officials and different ones, and especially this week when it came out about Westpac, the 23 million breaches.
You knew how you voted this morning?
I had a clear indication of how I would vote with this, yes.
There are many factors involved, you know, and just this morning someone reminded us, in our own offices, reminded us of the administration provisions and reminded us that the inquiry in the Royal Commission into financial services completely ignored that, and that's what we recommended, that the Royal Commission include the receivers and administrators, and the government didn't. It just turned blind eye to it.
Is there any way... Were you offered anything by Australian unions in return for
Are you kidding?
help in the Queensland election?
You don't know this lady.
No, no. My vote or my opinion on how I deal with things in this parliament will never be based on that. It's based on its merit, what I think is right for the country and for the people. No way in the wide world.
Senator?
And that's what we need to get rid of out of this place.
And Senator, is there any way in which the government can change this bill to get your support back, or is this it, finito?
As I said, it's a warning shot over the bows of the unions. If they don't get their act together and start, on these building sites, they're blown out of proportion. A building site could cost an extra 30%. If you've got bullying or corruption that's going on, the union's officials must be pulled into line. But it's now up to the members. As I said to the unions, and I've already said to one union member that's rung me up since the vote, I said, this is a warning shot over your bow. Get your act together and start reining them in. And I said, because if this goes on, my vote won't be guaranteed the next time.
And David, there is something else that the government can do. It can start governing, because it's not governing over white-collar crime. It's completely missing the boat there. It's just letting white-collar crime run rampant.